And the question I would like to ask for us is, how many of us diligently keep some funds aside for several reasons? How many of us save? If you save, please show by lifting up your hands. Okay, good. A fair percentage of us save. The next question will be, even in those, for those who save, how many diligently also monitor what you earn on those savings? Do you put some funds aside? I remember when we were growing up, our parents used to give us this piggy bank. It used to be made with woods of different shapes and dimensions, and every day we need to put in something there. We put in, out of the little funds we were given to go to school to take snacks, to buy this, to buy that, we come back home and we keep. When the visitor comes and gives us some gifts, monetary terms, you must not just spend it anyhow, you have to. So that culture right now in our economy and in our industry is dying. And that's what we are deliberately pushing and selling to our audience and to everyone here and to everyone who will listen by extension of radio or the digital platform, to say that we need to consciously build that habit, that culture of saving and saving all together again, because there's a whole lot. I will emphasize my point emphasize my point from two different points of view. Number one, I will use data to encourage us, and I will also use innovation as another channel to encourage us. And then I will give some practical examples of what we've been doing and how much of results we've gotten from this. Yes, remember I made that point. I'm not taking away from what Chris has said. Government needs to do a whole lot of things right. The public sector needs to be right. But even individually, we also need to be able to do some things right. And that's what we are challenging. The thought I'm provoking this morning, this afternoon, is to encourage us and challenge us to save a little more. Now, the usual question and the challenge that people have is, I don't even have enough to buy what I need to meet my basic needs. How then are you encouraging me to save? The primary needs that we have, food, shelter, and clothing, we are not even meeting enough. And you are encouraging us to save out of this. And we will have 1,001 reasons. If I should make this session interactive, I have 5 minutes. If I should make it interactive and ask us several questions, people will give 1,001 reasons why they don't think they have to save, especially the low-income earners. But that's a myth that we need to demystify. It's a myth that we need to really, really break through and understand. Because the fundamental process of saving is what separates the rich from the poor. If we're ever going to be free and liberate ourselves financially, we need to consciously learn and save. Let's do the math a little bit. And for those who have their phones, I would like for you to quickly calculate. If you have 1 kobo, please do your math, open your phones, do this calculation, and let's do it together. 1 kobo, and I'm sure all of us, we have more than 1 kobo here. So let's go to that barest minimum. 1 kobo, multiply that, double that for a day. And you double it the next 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 day. You'll be surprised what you will have after 30 days. And that is the trick that banks have been using. So when Chris says, oh, banks are declaring $1 billion naira profit, simple mathematics. So you have 1 kobo. If you double it, it will give you 2 kobo. If you double it the next day, it will give you 4. If you double it, and if you do the math, guess what you will have after 30 days? 5,639,709 naira. But you are starting from 1 kobo. I'm not even saying 1 naira. And you can do your calculation right now. We've done it several times. And that's the thought I like to impact into us. Deliberately keeping some funds aside as low as 1 kobo. Remember, savings is the younger brother of investment. Because after a while, you keep this money, you put them together, and then you now take them to some levels of investment. So we need to, the data is, and if I were to show you that slide, you'll be just so amazed how 1 kobo can grow with 30 iterations. Now, the concept is you might not be able to double your your money every day, every day, every other day. But in a space of 365 days in a year, if you start with 1 kobo or even with 1 naira, after a period of time, you'll just be so surprised how much interest and how much that money will have grown. Just a simple compound interest policy. The money will have grown to 5 million naira with 30 iterations. And that you can do at your convenience, whether it is within a month or within a 2 months or within 3 months or within 1 year. So that's a food for thought for all of us to take, to say that we must learn to diligently save, diligently put some funds aside, which we will use for investments over a period of time. So that is using data to buttress that point, why we need to change, why we need to save. The other example is using innovation to save. Today, everybody's talking about disruption, and people are using different channels. All of us, I'm sure we all have our mobile phones. There's hardly anyone who doesn't have mobile phone. The speaker who spoke about financial inclusion gave us the number of mobile phones that are available and how we are trying to put all of these guys together and find some smart way of bringing them into the properly recognized financial sector. Yes, on that mobile phone, you can do 1,001 things. There are innovative solutions that have been deployed that we can use to save. Things like auto-save. So if you don't have that discipline of taking that financial X amount from either from your salary or from your earnings or from your gift or whatever, or from your accounts, what you can do is just to find a smart way, download that solution, activate it, and automate it in such a way that that 1 naira or that 1 kobo or that 5 naira or that 10 naira that you've always wanted to save, having understood that principle that your money should be working for you. Your money should be, while you sleep, your money should be doubling and should be increasing for you. So you automate it in such a way that you don't need to practically, personally do that action yourself. So you automate that process, and we've tested that, yes, in our private life. We've tested that, this same principle, we push to the organizations where we work, and we've convinced them to say this is the way. And we're excited and we're happy to let our audience know that it's working, it has worked. This initiative that we kicked off four months ago, we've been able to have over 110,000 customers on that platform, and guess how much we've been able to put together from this smart way of saving? Over 1 billion naira. So over 1 billion naira in 4 months from 110 different thousand customers. So when someone comes in and says, oh, how come banks are doing this? This is the secret that separates the rich from the poor. The culture of saving must not die. You must imbibe that yourselves, and you must also impact that to the generations that are coming behind us. If I have the question of the theme of the event, which says, where do we go from here? The answer I will give, and the answer I'm encouraging all of us to imbibe, is to say it is not for us to have a first exodus or to have the next exodus, either the third exodus. It is for us to save. I encourage us to save, and of course, you know that the benefits way outmatch the cost. Thank you very much for having me.